Hello and welcome to Real. With Election Day 2016 fast approaching, there are many issues and candidates vying for our attention. Here in Massachusetts, that will include Question 4, which, if passed, would legalize recreational use of marijuana in the state. It's a measure opposed by many community and law enforcement officials, as well as the Catholic bishops of the Commonwealth. The Massachusetts Catholic Conference, on behalf of the state's 4 bishops, is promoting a no vote. Joining us now to discuss the bishops' concerns on Question 4 is James Driscoll, Executive Director of the Massachusetts Catholic Conference. Welcome, Jim.
Thank you, Sharon.
Jim, why did the bishops want to speak out on this issue?
Well, Sharon, the bishops clearly saw in this question that it's a public health crisis if Question 4 would have passed to legalize recreational marijuana. It's been shown and proven that brain development, particularly in the youth, will have permanent damage for use of marijuana. And what is particularly concerning is the potency of the marijuana is 10 times or higher greater than it was 20 or 30 years ago. And the other thing which will be very concerning, this will be available not only in the traditional cigarette form, it's also going to be available in edibles like candy and brownies and cookies and soda. So it's really a concern. It's a concern that this will be a crisis that is going to stress the community. We're already facing an opioid crisis. Let's not make it worse.
And they have some strong facts to support their concerns?
Oh, they absolutely do. The bishops didn't have to look further than both Colorado and Washington State, where marijuana became legal 3 or 4 years ago. Particularly, take a look at Colorado. There was a recent report that just came out in September which talked about the real effects of marijuana, the real negative effects of marijuana in Colorado. It is proven that the industry, this multi-billion-dollar industry, is targeting the minority communities and the poor. For every 47 residents in the poorest communities of Colorado, there's one pot shop. These are the shops that sell the marijuana and their products. They're across the state, there's one pot shop for every 90 residents. This is what's concerning. This is why it's so important to take a hard look at this and say, do we want to bring these kind of issues to Massachusetts? And it's really an advertisement to the youth to get involved at an early age. And it's just not someplace society should be going.
Is it fair to say that the Catholic dioceses in this state have a vested interest because of the many social service agencies that they maintain?
Oh, absolutely. The social service agencies like Catholic Charities and soup kitchens provide wonderful services. And what they're seeing now is a spike in the people that take their services from the opioid addiction, which is sweeping across Massachusetts and the country. It's proven that marijuana is an addictive drug and will lead to a more powerful crisis and more powerful use of other opioids. For example, places like Providence Ministries in the Springfield Diocese provides food, shelter, clothing to so many people, and it's a great service. What we're going to see in ministries like that is increased use. And not only just in the Catholic ministries, but it's also going to strain public safety, emergency responders, hospitals, and the like that will provide services to people suffering with opioid abuse. And this is going to be a gateway right to that.
Okay, thanks so much, Jim Driscoll, for joining us today.
Thank you, Sharon.
And this past week, the widow of fallen state trooper Thomas Clardy, who was killed this past March by a driver allegedly impaired by marijuana, came out in opposition. We have a link to more information on this ballot question at iobserve.org.